Good morning, children. So we are going to see the last final topic, that is balancing chemical equation. For in a chemical equation, you have to balance that equation. For that, some steps are given to balance that equation. Okay. So for that, you have to write. The first step is you have to first what are the elements present in that reactant and product, that and all and you have to write that word equation. No need to write first, what is the word equation for that formation of new substance. For example, if water formation means here hydrogen and oxygen are involved. Okay, so what are the elements involved in this water formation? Hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen and oxygen, it forms water. So you just first you know that word equation. Okay, then you have to write that skeleton equation. What that is? Hydrogen means H2, then oxygen means O2. Okay, that and all. Nitrogen means N2, that and all you have to write. So second one, you have to write the skeleton of this equation. So for this, water formation means H2 plus O2, it gives H2O. That is the skeleton equation of for water formation, right? Hydrogen plus oxygen, H2 plus O2, it gives H2O. That is the skeleton equation for the water formation. Okay, now you have to start to balance. Okay, you have to start, so you have to count that number of elements present in both reactant side and product side. Then you may have a doubt that which element we have to balance first. Okay, which element we have to, hydrogen or oxygen? There are two elements are present there, so in the both sides you have to count that numbers. Then there will be a arising question that which element we have to balance first, hydrogen or oxygen, that we have doubt, right? In this case, we have to find the least number of least number of times element occurs in reactant and product side. Okay, that could be the least number of times occurred element that can be balanced first. Okay, so here for this water formation means in this water formation means we have to balance oxygen only, depend upon the atomic mass. If both are least number of times, we have to check if both elements obtained the same equal times means that same number of times means what happened. So there may be some confusion, right? First we have to balance the least number of times occurred element. Okay, if both the elements are occurred in the same number of time means again some confusion arises. This type we have to this time if same times occurred means we have to go with that atomic mass. Okay, depend upon the atomic mass number. Okay, so we have to check that atomic mass, that those elements having higher atomic mass, that only we have to balance first. Okay, so that is the third step. In the fourth step, if when two or more elements occur same number of time means we have to balance that metallic element. Okay, metals only have to balance, then only non-metal. Okay, these are the things involved in balancing chemical equation. So example given in your book, page number 45, using that water. Okay, then the next one is laws of chemical combination. So first one is law of conservation of mass. So what is law of conservation of mass is during any chemical change, the total mass of the products is equal to the total mass of the reactants. Okay, for example, here I written that ammonia formation, nitrogen oxygen undergo ammonia formation means here see we are taking 28 gram of nitrogen and 6 gram of hydrogen that undergoes some chemical reaction, it forms ammonia. So now you check that that mass of that product ammonia, what is the mass? 34 gram. Okay, so here 28 plus 6, what is the sum of that reactants? Mass is 34 gram. So here after nitrogen and hydrogen undergo some chemical reactions and it forms ammonia. No, here we get a new product, that is ammonia, but there is no change in the mass. Okay, there is no change in the mass. That is the law of conservation of mass. If a new product arises, means there is no change in the mass. That is the law of conservation of mass. That is the mass of the product is equal to the sum of the mass of the reactants. That is law of conservation of mass. The next one is law of constant proportion. Okay, constant proportion means in a pure chemical compound the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. For example, water formation means hydrogen and oxygen they undergo some chemical reaction and form water, H2O. So what is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 1:8. Okay, there is it is a constant one. If you want to get water, means that ratio didn't change. So that is the law of constant proportion. That is, in a pure chemical compound the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. Okay, so we completed this unit, ma. In the next class we will see we will start the other unit. Okay, thank you.